the spring of March 2008, a seemingly uneventful day in the life of Lauren Burk, a freshman at a university, took a devastating and tragic turn. What was supposed to be a routine day turned into a harrowing nightmare that ended with the loss of a young life. Lauren's story serves as a haunting reminder of the fragility of human existence and the dangers that can lurk in even the most familiar places. Lauren Ashley Burk, born on December 30th, 1989, parents Vivian and James grew up in a close-knit family of 5. She had a sister and a brother, forming the heart of a family that reveled in each other's company. The Burks lived a life defined by love and shared experiences, a backdrop against which Lauren's vibrant personality blossomed. Following her graduation from Walton High School, Lauren embarked on the exciting chapter of her life as a college student at Auburn University in Auburn, Alabama. She entered this new phase accompanied by her high school sweetheart, Sean McQuaid, their relationship adding a touch of romance to her academic journey. Lauren's magnetic personality made an impact on her college peers, and her enthusiastic embrace of university life quickly earned her a well-deserved reputation as a friendly and engaging student. Despite being in her first year, she displayed an exuberance that resonated throughout the campus, leaving a positive and lasting impression on those she met. However, March 4th, 2008 would forever alter the course of Lauren's life. On that fateful evening, she left her boyfriend's dorm room with the intention of heading to the Ralph B. Dragon Library to study alongside a friend. Little did she know that an ominous figure was lurking in the shadows, a man intent on carrying out a sinister plan that would forever shatter the lives of everyone involved. And as the clock struck 8 p.m., the man's gaze fixed upon Lauren as she walked towards her black 2001 Honda Civic. In an instant, the tranquility of the campus was shattered as he approached her, brandishing a revolver. Lauren's world transformed into a heart-pounding nightmare as he forcibly ushered her into her own car, positioning himself in the driver's seat. Lauren's desperation became palpable. She handed over the meager sum of $200 in an attempt to secure her release, but her captor remained unmoved by her pleas. The car pulled away from the campus, and Lauren's hopes of escape dwindled as the man's grip on her tightened, the revolver a constant, menacing presence. As the vehicle navigated the streets, Lauren's mind raced, searching for an escape route, a glimmer of hope. Her captor revealed glimpses of his life, his struggles and unemployment, while she, ever the empathetic soul, tried to reason with him, offering to help him find a job. But it was during this macabre drive that Lauren's world took another cruel turn. Lauren's boyfriend's call pierced the tension, her abductor permitting her to answer under the condition that she concocted a plausible excuse. The conversation showcased Lauren's quick thinking and resourcefulness, qualities she clung to in her desperate bid for survival. However, as the minutes stretched into eternity, Lauren realized that drastic measures were necessary to escape this nightmare. Summoning all the courage she could muster, she made a daring decision. In an act of sheer desperation, she flung herself from the moving car, a courageous attempt to break free from her tormentor's clutches. The deafening sound of gunshots rang through the air, followed by the surreal sight of a disrobed woman hurtling towards the pavement. Lauren's desperate bid for freedom, an act of breathtaking bravery, ended in tragedy as she was struck down, her life cut short in a flash of violence. Onlookers, stunned by the surreal sequence of events, rushed to Lauren's side, their frantic attempts to aid her a testament to the compassion that exists even in the darkest moments. The arrival of first responders, their efforts to stem the tide of Lauren's lifeblood, all stood as poignant reminders of the fragility of life and the unfathomable depths of human cruelty. Lauren Burk, a young woman full of potential, succumbed to her injuries that night, passing away at 9:35 p.m. The cause of death, a gunshot wound to her back, had silenced a voice that was meant to shape the world in immeasurable ways. As investigators combed through the aftermath, the wreckage of a burned vehicle yielded haunting clues. A .38 caliber bullet discovered beneath the driver's seat became a chilling reminder of the sinister events that had unfolded. The car's registration led authorities to a heart-wrenching revelation. The vehicle belonged to James Burk, Lauren's father, who would soon receive the devastating news of his daughter's fate. In the wake of Lauren's tragic end, the hunt for justice began. The wheels of justice turned, and the identity of Lauren's abductor came to light. Courtney Lockhart, a U.S. Army veteran, was apprehended after a police chase that exposed his violent disposition and disregard for human life. Lockhart's possession of Lauren's belongings and his subsequent confession left no doubt about his role in the heinous crime. As Lockhart's trial unfolded, the complex narrative of his life took center stage. His military service, marked by the harrowing experiences of combat and loss, provided a backdrop to his actions. It became evident that the psychological scars of his time in service had left an indelible mark on his psyche, manifesting as post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, that remained untreated. Lockhart's defense attorneys argued that his actions were influenced by his mental health struggles, asserting that his traumatic experiences had left him in a fragile mental state. This narrative painted a portrait of a man whose actions, though undoubtedly criminal and reprehensible, were also shaped by the trauma he had endured. As the trial unfolded, the courtroom became a battleground of emotions, with the prosecution arguing that Lockhart's actions were driven by calculated malice. The defense, however, sought to humanize him, to illuminate the roots of his actions in the crucible of his experiences. Amidst the legal deliberations, Lauren's parents, Vivian and James, grappled with an unbearable loss, their grief juxtaposed with the need for justice. But ultimately, the jury's verdict arrived after 6.5 hours of deliberation, finding Lockhart guilty of robbery, kidnapping, and capital murder. The weight of his actions and their impact on Lauren's life could not be denied, and the decision was a solemn affirmation of the enduring consequences of his malevolent choices. While the jury held the power to recommend the death penalty, they opted for life in prison, a testament to the complexity of the case and the range of emotions it stirred. However, the presiding judge disagreed, and Lockhart's life took a fateful turn on March 2, 2011. Judge Jacob Walker sentenced him to death by lethal injection, citing a multitude of factors, including Lockhart's previous criminal history and the gravity of the crime committed. Judge Walker's decision was underpinned by the assertion Lockhart's actions were a culmination of a series of sinister choices that culminated in Lauren's abduction and murder. The judge's reasoning highlighted the calculated nature of the crime, the randomness of Lauren's selection, and the cruel irony of her abduction from the safety of her college campus, a place meant to nurture and protect. Lauren's tragic fate not only brought a community to its knees, but also ignited debate about the nature of justice and the consequences of traumatic experiences on an individual's actions. Lockhart's subsequent crimes and his assertion of mental illness underscored the multidimensional nature of his character, leading some to question whether his actions were a manifestation of an unwell mind or a calculated malevolence. Lockhart's journey through the legal system saw a series of appeals and hearings, each dissecting the nuances of his case and his psychological state. His defense attorneys from the Equal Justice Initiative argued that his original defense had failed to adequately present the extent of his trauma, which played a significant role in shaping his actions. Questions emerged about the gun that had irrevocably altered the course of Lauren's life. Lockhart's defense requested an expert examination of the firearm, a potential avenue to unveil whether the gun had accidentally discharged. This revelation could potentially shed light on whether Lockhart's actions were intentional or the result of a tragic mishap. Despite these efforts, the legal machinery pressed forward, culminating in Lockhart's petition for a rehearing. The Court of Criminal Appeals entertained his pleas, assessing the validity of his claims against the backdrop of the complex narrative that had emerged. Ultimately, Lockhart's petition was denied, leaving his fate unchanged. And as the legal proceedings unfolded, a somber reality emerged. Lockhart's actions were not isolated. His subsequent crimes, committed after Lauren's tragic demise, painted a chilling picture of a man whose disregard for human life extended beyond a single act. From robbing a woman at a nursing home to assaulting an elderly woman in a Walmart parking lot, Lockhart's actions illustrated a disturbing pattern of malevolence. In the aftermath of his conviction, Lockhart's journey through the criminal justice system highlighted the struggle between the need for justice and the complexities of individual psychology. While his actions were undoubtedly reprehensible and had resulted in an irreplaceable loss, the shades of his character, his traumatic experiences, and the deterioration of his mental state all converged to form a complex portrait. As of today, Courtney Lockhart resides on death row at the Hallman Correctional Facility in Atmore, Alabama. The chapter of his life that began with the abduction and murder of Lauren Burk continues to unfold amidst the corridors of the prison, a stark reminder of the consequences of his actions. Lauren's parents, Vivian and James, have been steadfast in their pursuit of justice for their daughter. Their unwavering support for Lockhart's death sentence stands as a testament to the depth of their loss and the conviction that his actions warranted the harshest of penalties. Their resolve to see justice served to ensure that Lauren's life was not lost in vain is a powerful testament to the enduring love of a parent and the quest for closure in the face of heartbreak. Lauren Burke's story is one that transcends the boundaries of time, a narrative that weaves together the threads of human emotion, the complexities of the criminal justice system, and the indomitable strength of a family united in the face of tragedy. Her memory lives on in the hearts of those who knew and loved her. A reminder of the potential that was extinguished all too soon and the quest for justice that endures.